Your AI agents are unreliable because of tail latency. If you've seen response times jump from 200 milliseconds to 15 seconds, this is the engineering problem you need to solve. Tail latency isn't just slowness, it's the unpredictable, high percentile outlier. It's the difference between your P50 and your P99 response times. In the context of LLMs, these outliers are usually caused by network jitter, API rate limits, or transient service errors. If you treat the LLM call like a simple synchronous function, your system is inherently fragile. We need to wrap it in resilient architectural patterns. The first line of defense against transient failure is a robust retry mechanism combined with exponential backoff. You cannot just retry instantly. You must implement exponential backoff to prevent hitting the same rate limit ceiling and compounding your failure. This pattern buys you time and signals intent. I acknowledge this failure is transient, and I am responsibly managing the recovery. But retries only handle network blips. They don't solve computational waste when the input is unchanged. This is where semantic caching comes in. If the agent received the exact same prompt and context sequence within a short window, why recalculate? Implement a cache layer that checks the input prompt hash and the current session state. If they match, serve the cached response immediately. Crucially, your cache must handle context expiry. A cached answer from yesterday might be invalidated by today's knowledge base update. The third critical bottleneck for perceived latency is the client waiting for the entire response. For long-form generation, this leads to frustrating timeouts. The solution is chunking and streaming. Instead of waiting for the final period, you pipe data back to the client as it is generated. This requires the LLM provider to support streaming output and your service layer to correctly buffer and forward those tokens. The service layer becomes a pipeline: receive chunk-buffer-filter, process-send next chunk. This masks the underlying latency. If you don't buffer and manage these incoming chunks, the perceived latency remains high because your client is waiting for a complete unit of thought. By combining these three elements, resilience, cache, and streaming, you shift the failure domain from unpredictable latency to managed throughput. Resilience handles the inevitable failure. Caching handles the predictable repetition. Streaming handles the perceived time. If your current system is experiencing tail latency spikes, audit these three layers first. They are the most likely culprits. Moving from prototype to production isn't about adding more features, it's about building the robust plumbing that keeps the lights on when everything else is breaking. Don't let the brilliance of your LLM hide behind the fragility of its infrastructure.